continue to work with this program, let's remember, and we call this program like cargo run. Okay, so we calculate VMAP indicator, and we're going to implement Binance, and we're going to work with WebSocket data to process data in real time. And let's figure out how to do it. So first of all, we need to set up some dependency to work with WebSocket data and asynchronous code. So first of all, we need those stuff like Tokyo. Let's indicate what is the version. Yeah, something like that. It's correct. And after that, we need to use another library to work with WebSocket, and this library will be working with Tokyo, this one. And let's see, version 0.2, I think, and feature TLS Tokyo, something like that, I think. And next we get some data from WebSocket data, and we need to deserialize this data, so we need to read this JSON. Okay, and we need to input some URL address, so we need to use this library to work with URL, and also we need to use like feature utils. It's additional stuff to work with asynchronous code. Okay, I think it's correct. And after that, let's back to main file, main rs. Let's remember, so we have structure, and we have map function, and logic of this indicator implemented on this function, VMAP calculator. Okay, so we need to add some stuff to work with Binance data. And first of all, we need to import this dependency to work with source library. So this feature utils, it is to work with asynchronous code, so it means we can call await and process this data. And we need to work with WebSocket data, we need to indicate URL stuff, and of course we need to deserialize this WebSocket data. So we need to implement some new structure to work with JSON data what we get from WebSocket, and for this reason we need to implement this one. So we call macros, and it started with this hash. You see, like debug, deserialize. It means we need to work with JSON, and debug, it means we can call print inside our program and work with this information, because maybe you know, like Binance provides some data like P, T instead of full name, because it's economic traffic. And for this reason we need to rename. For example, from WebSocket data we get P, it's price, and we do like normal name, price, string, and the same for quantity, and T timestamp. Okay, so I think it's simple. And after that, what we need to do, we need to work let's write some code. So we're going to work with Bitcoin. So yeah, BTC USDT is correct. And next we need to connect to address WebSocket, like this one. Okay, so BSS WebSocket data, get aggregate trade, and we input BTC USDT. So, and we need to convert the string to normal URL address. see like URL, parse, and we parse this information and we unwrap this data. So we keep in this URL here, and after that we can use print information, like let's see like print when, and we can call like we connected to some others. Okay, and what we need to else yeah, it is asynchronous function, because we're going to use asynchronous to work with WebSocket data. So we need to call this macros here, asynchronous function here. Okay, we print. Next, we need to connect to our URL, right? And let's create a streamer here. So we call, see how to work with WebSocket data. And next, we use await available because we use this one library. And after that, if something happens wrong, we can call like failed to connect. Okay, and if it connect, we can print like okay, we connect. So we connect to Binance. Okay, that's right. And after that, I'm going to work with 1 minute data. I don't know, maybe 1 second data. Okay, let's test with 1 minute data, but we can work with 5 second data. Yeah, let's test it. So when we develop this first version, we can delete this vectorize stuff because we don't need it. And the most important, so we need to connect to our streamer, right? So I think streamer here, be here, and let's see. And you see it's under hash because it's writing, because we are not going to work with writing data to WebSocket. We need to only read data, so we call only read, and hidden here writing. So we stream, and then we split this data. So we create our indicator, VMAP calculator here. We call a new. Okay, and then we need a little bit write this logic. So what we need to do, we need to call while cycle and receive this information like this one. So looks, so we trying to read this information from Binance, what we get here, you see. So we can use next and await because we import the stuff like Tokyo and work with feature util here. So this additional method is available to work with asynchronous data. So next we get this message and we need to process this message, right? So if we process some logic here and we calculate this indicator, we print it, we can store to database or for execution. But if something would be wrong, we call this an error, right? It's simple. And let's define logic here. So next we need to deserialize this JSON data using serde JSON, and we need to process this information. Looks, we call match, and then we're trying to process this JSON object from Binance using this library, and we can process it. looks trade. Yeah, so we read in trade, and we can get this data from price, from trade. We can read this information. If something would be wrong, it would be 0. Yeah, of course, we need also thinking about this stuff, because sometimes if something would be wrong, we can store like zeros, and we need to pay attention on this logic. But I need to demonstrate how it's working. Okay, for the same for quantity, and if this data is available, we can add to our indicator what we create, VMAP calculator. We can add tick here, right? And when we add this tick, so we can process this information. Let's show you where is Binance trade. We see. So when we're reading this information from Binance, we're working with the structure. We process the structure correctly, and like price, we see we can call this price because we did this renaming here. Process our Binance object, and we process it, and then when this data is available, so we have timestamp, we have price, we have size, and we can add this all information to our indicator and to run. Let's do run it. Okay, let's see what's happened for. We fixed it here to import sorts, to work with the JSON object, to work with WebSocket data and asynchronous code with URL. Okay, I think it's correct. Let's clean and let's run again, and we process 1 minute, I think. Okay, and let's see what we can do. Let's change 1 minute, 1 second. Okay, clean, run again. Okay, something like that. So we implement this indicator, we can process it to make decision, to analyze it, and let's see what's difference using Git. First of all, let's see dependency. You see, so we change the dependency, yeah, name it, and what change another one here. So right now we're working with this library to work with WebSocket data and JSON object, URL, and work with asynchronous code. We implement a new structure to work with Binance. We use macros, and we're using this trade debug and deserialize. We do renaming to normal coding for us. Yeah, P because and QT because Binance provide like short information about without full naming. Yeah, it's economic traffic. What else? We did connection to this WebSocket data. So here you see read information from WebSocket data. Then we can work with this read. We create our like class, yeah, for work with this indicator. And next we're working with asynchronous code, so we can call next inside this while loop, and we work with await because it's asynchronous code. Then we process this this information what we get from Binance, you see, and we delete this vector because we work with streaming data right now. So you see, we working with Binance thread. It's a new structure what we created, and here with this deserialize this information to normal naming like price, size, timestamp. So I think it's simple. So let's add and do some naming commit. So next we can do something more complicated. Thank you for watching this video, guys.